So how do you make a WH question? There are two ways of making it. The first is you start by the interrogative word plus the subject and the conjugated verb, and if you want, you have a complement or not. For example, où tu habites? Where do you live? The other way is you start the question by the subject, then the conjugated verb, and at the end, the interrogative word. And if you want, a complement. Tu habites où? Also, where do you live? Both of them are correct. Où tu habites? Tu habites où? We have another example. Quand tu vas en France? So you start the question by the interrogative word, you have the subject, the conjugated verb, plus the complement. Or you start by the subject, tu vas quand en France? Tu vas quand en France? Both of them are correct. Both of them means when do you go to France? And you can use it. So you can use the interrogative word at the beginning of the sentence or the subject at the beginning of the sentence. Don't forget to put, if you use the second way, don't forget to put the complement after the interrogative word. Be careful because this rule doesn't apply for quel, qu'est-ce que, et pourquoi, because they have to be at the beginning of the sentence. So first case we saw, they have to be at the beginning. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fais aujourd'hui? What are you doing today? Also, quoi, you can only use it at the end of the sentence, like in the second case, but just before the complement. Tu fais quoi aujourd'hui? What are you doing today? Okay, so remember that this rule doesn't apply for quel, qu'est-ce que, et pourquoi, that have to be at the beginning of the sentence, and quoi, that has to be at the end of the sentence. You can't put it at the beginning. Okay, we have an example. What are you doing in Paris? How do you say that? Tu fais quoi à Paris? Then we have the other way. Qu'est-ce que tu fais à Paris? So we see that tu fais quoi à Paris? End of the sentence, but just before the complement. Qu'est-ce que tu fais à Paris? Qu'est-ce que at the beginning of the sentence. And how do you reply to this question? J'apprends le français à l'université. So you reply with a simple sentence. And don't put oui or not when you reply. Don't say oui or not when you or no. No when you reply at a WH question. Okay, we have a small exercise. If you want to do it alone, pause the video and we correct it together. If we want to do it with me now, we do it together. How to say, what are you eating? So two ways of saying what. The first way, qu'est-ce que tu manges? Qu'est-ce que tu manges? So qu'est-ce que, beginning of the sentence, or tu manges quoi? Quoi at the end of the sentence. Where do you learn French? Where do you learn French? Up, you can put où at the beginning of the sentence, or you can put it at the end of the sentence. Où tu apprends le français? Tu apprends le français où? Next one. When will you come to France? So when, you can put it at the beginning or at the end. Quand tu vas venir en France? Tu vas venir en France. Quand? And the last one. Pourquoi? Why is pourquoi. So pourquoi, we can't put it at the end. So pourquoi tu aimes Paris? Only at the beginning of the sentence.